Hi guys, welcome back to Rymerplans. Today I am memory planning the month of October, 2020 obviously. I'm not that behind. October in the UK is Black History Month, so being the activist that I am, I thought it was really important to make sure that I sort of paid attention to this, I guess, honoured it in my memory spread. So I've pulled out a bunch of black stickers that I have. I'm gonna try, apart from this orange at the top, which happens to go with the orange of my review sticker, I'm gonna try and do this as black with hints of silver, hollow, and then I've just got this sheet of grey for some boxes. Just because I want to do my normal memory plan, but I want the focus to be about Black History Month. I've got a Black Lives Matter sticker as well. I think that comes from being Bethany Rose. I think it came from the same set. Yeah, so I've got my usual, like, what's it called? Like plan, like what I always do. Words are failing me. Like what I always do every month, where I say like what I've done on each day, but I'm also going to throw in a few facts of things that have happened in October, obviously related to Black people. There's not absolutely loads. I found what I could. I found what I felt was significant. I will say I struggled to make it specifically British, so most if not all of this is American based. That's just how it went really. I do want to say, I'm going to start planning while I chat. I don't know if I can do this actually, we'll see. I want to say that I have an interest in Black history for a few reasons. One is obviously I am an activist. I'm already struggling to speak and do. Where is my thingamajig? Yeah, so I am an activist. Most people know that. If you know me online, you know that about me. But also I guess I could say I'm a historian. I studied history at uni. I have a bachelor's and master's degree in history, and my interest in terms of history has very much always been focused on minorities of people. I'm gonna put a bit of washi here. Yeah, so my undergraduate dissertation was about women, and it was a gendered look, not that anyone's interested. It was a look at female lunatics and how they were treated based on their marital status in the late 19th century. My master's dissertation was about the British Army and people of colour who were in the army, and also a look at how basically the success of the British Army was built on cultural appropriation. So that, a lot of people loved that. No, it was fine. no one actually kicked off or anything. I can just imagine like sort of this like white middle class army, like military history loving external examiner reading it and being outraged, but I've absolutely no evidence to say that that happened. I might cover up that 2020. Yeah, I wish I'd done that in the first place. Yeah, so, but what I'm getting at, this isn't even relevant. What I'm saying is I do have an interest in Black history. Basically, an extension of my activism work. I'm very curious about small history, I like to call it. So the minutiae, not the big events, but the day-to-day life. That is what I'm interested in. Nobody asked. I've just gone on a ramble. I might pull in another washi for these days that there are no days. I only have one washi just because the other one was a bit kind of star themed, and I'm just like, I don't want to take anything away from what this spread actually means. Oh my gosh, what is happening? But I might pull in another one. I am very shaky. Oh my gosh. I'll cut it and then reposition. Yeah, I'm super shaky today. I didn't actually plan on talking to you guys as I went, but this is what I'm doing, so that's fun. That's fun. Okay. That's just as good as it's gonna get. I also don't have any date covers, but if I were to put in that, it has a rainbow vibe going on, and I have rainbow date covers, but I didn't want this to be about colours. Do you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna do it. I'm like trying to make sure that the black is the main focus, basically, because it's Black History Month, or it was. It's not now because I'm 4 years behind in my memory planning. Again, I won't ask how your month was because I didn't remember my October, so I don't expect you to remember yours. But how are your months going now? What's going on with you? Just tell me about life in general. I am doing okay. While we're on the subject of this, actually, I'm gonna say I put a post up this morning on UKPA, so if you're in that group, have a search for me, Sophie Griffiths, because I just did a bit of a post just explaining what UKPA activism is really about, because I get the vibe, well, I say I get the vibe, I've been told that I think people think it's a little bit scary, it's a little bit, like, basically I come across as an angry feminist. Part of the reason for that is because I am one, and part of the reason, or rather part of the reason that I am one, is that I find it really difficult to like get my head around people just being racist douchebags, basically. So I have really low tolerance. So I know I definitely come across as scary. I promise I'm not though. Like, honestly, I'm probably one of the most anxious people that you will meet. And my purpose is just to educate people. That's all I want to do. So please join and have fun and learn. And I am gonna do this spread. So I'm gonna talk along as I go. But I've wrote down loads and loads of facts, so I hope I can fit it all in. And the first one I want to talk about is Friday the 2nd of October, Thurgood Marshall was the first black Supreme Court Justice. Thurgood Marshall was a lawyer and civil rights activist, and fun fact, his Bible was used to swear in Kamala Harris in January 2021. So that's pretty cool. On to the 5th of October in 1932 is when Yvonne Braithwaite Burke was born. She was the first black woman to represent the West Coast in Congress, and she was mostly representing affluent white people. On to the 6th is when Fannie Lou Hamer, I think I'm pronouncing that right, was born in 1917. She was a voting and women's rights activist. She was the co-founder of the Freedom Democratic Party. She herself was a victim of police brutality, and she never actually fully recovered from the worst of it. She had permanent damage to one of her kidneys. She had a blood clot over one of her eyes. One of her most famous speeches is called Sick and Tired of Being Sick and Tired, and it talks about the intimidation and harassment that she endured when she was registering to vote. And she insisted that it was something that all black people in America continued to endure. So who have I missed out because I spoke for too long? Okay, well, the 13th is what we're on, which is Edith Sampson. She was the first black woman to be a judge in a courtroom. She is famously quoted as saying that the doors have not been opened to black people, but they have been unlocked, and if we press against them, they will open. She was born on the 13th of October in 1901. Okay, so oh my god, I'm losing track. I'm going too fast. Okay. Benjamin O. Davis Sr. was the first black general in the US Army on the 16th of October. The 18th, nothing relevant happened. 19th, in 1944, the US Navy was opened to black women, which on the face of it sounds amazing. But I think we all know that in 1944, just because something was legally open to someone does not mean that they were accepted. So it's definitely worth mentioning that. The 20th of October, Kamala Harris was born, and we all know who she is. I was going to say was. That's not right. Okay, so the 21st, I was relaxing. I had a spa day with Michael. The 22nd, I was feeling poorly and it was a rough day. On the 25th of October, I taught my son to tie a tie. And on this day in history, black women were in the Million Woman March in Philadelphia. On the 26th, I was doing tarot cards with Michael. On the 27th, I was designing. 28th was payday and I was doing interviews. I was interviewing people rather than being interviewed. The 29th of October, on this day in history, it was announced that all school segregation should be ended at once. So the 30th, we put our Halloween decorations up. On the 31st, we did a scavenger hunt. So on the side there, I just do my usual kind of stats and stuff. I don't think I fill them in. Sorry, this has been like such a rushed video. I really wanted to spend time doing some like facts and figures and stuff, but I just go too fast. If you're interested in finding out more stuff though, by all means, please let me know, because I'm a historian. So it is kind of my nature to put together a little project like this where I can educate people. I'm also an activist, and a big part of my activism is educating others. I feel like I could have done a lot more with this in some ways, but in other ways, like this, really a planner spread is a drop in the ocean. The work that we do every single day is really what's important, not a little planner video. So yeah, this was great for like a quick few minutes to talk about some important things that black people have achieved, but let's not forget that the real fight is about making sure that black people continue to achieve and they have as many obstacles as possible removed that we can possibly remove. Yeah, just keep on fighting and being awesome. I'm just finishing up this spread with a bit of extra tape here and there to make it cluttered, and I'm happy with how this came together. Yeah. How was your October, if you can remember that far back, and how are things going right now for you guys? I'm gonna pass back over to Sophie, and yeah, thank you guys for listening to my little ramble. Okay, so there is my spread. It's beautiful and foily and lovely. Obviously I'll fill in the sidebar at a later date, but I am happy with how this came out. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.